going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of Rhinos Outdoors. And today we're going to be showing you guys how to clean a baitcaster. This is just an older Quantum that I use for my spinnerbaits. So we'll get right into this one. It's pretty easy unless you want to get in depth with it, but I don't take my reel all the way apart, and my reels work just fine. This is a really old reel, and it still spins pretty good. I use it for my spinnerbait reel because it's lost a lot of the gear ratio. It's not as fast as it was when it was brand new, but it still works. So some of them have a bar that goes across here that you unscrew or you pull back and then snap this down. This one's got it right here, and then you push this down. This is the side panel with all the magnetic braking system and all that right there. That I clean last. You got your spool. Your spool is really not that dirty ever. If that focus is. It's really not that dirty. And then that hole right there is usually pretty dirty because that's where the long piece of the spool goes in. But your worm gear, you always have to clean that. See this, the little thing with ridges in it with the line piece moving? That's the worm gear, and you always have to clean that. For some reason, that gets so dirty. And what I like to do, see if I can do this, is I take my Q-tip and I just go like that. I rub it. Well, usually I hold it, the reel just normal, and I turn it. I rub in there to get some of the stuff out, and I just spin it with my finger. I just take the drag and I go like that, just barely spin it. And you do that whole spot till you get to where this piece, the little line thing, is in the middle. Then you switch over to the opposite side and start cleaning that. And you do the same thing. Just spin this and clean it. And you're going to need, I forgot to tell you what you're going to need. You're just going to need some Q-tips. And at the end, you're going to need some oil. This is just some gun oil, and I use this for everything. It's pretty much an all-purpose, but they make it for guns. It's Remington brand. But you just get that all clean in there. See how it's starting to get shiny? If you don't clean this, your reel won't be as smooth, like that kind of smooth. It won't spin as smooth. And I like it to be a pretty smooth reel. Get a lot farther casts and get a lot longer lasting reel. And this reel was actually broken for a long time, but I just fixed it today. I took all this apart right here and put it all back together. I didn't do anything, just took it apart, put it back together, and now it's working again. It was actually, I have the same reel, let me find it right here, and it was doing the same exact thing where it can back reel, is what they call it, like on a spinning reel. See, it only does it every once in a while, but it does it. See, like, look, I'm back reeling right now, and the button was not clicked, and I'm back reeling it. So that's always a problem because you go to set the hook and line takes off shooting, you get a backlash, and it doesn't really work. But I just fixed it. And then that little hole right there, I take a Q-tip, I just put it in there. I just stick it like in that hole, spin it some, get the stuff out of there too. And if this part does have stuff on it, of course, just take a Q-tip, clean it off. But this doesn't have anything on it. I always like to clean up around it though, just in case there's any like little things that, like hairs or something, to slow it down. Then you put your spool back in there. Then you see this little guy right here. This right there, this little piece, goes on to this piece right here. And this helps the spool spin. It's one of the things that helps the spool spin. So you gotta, well, first, before you put the spool back in, you have to put some stuff in that hole to keep it spinning good. What I like about this is it's got the little straw on it. So I can just stick that right into there. Just a couple of squirts right into that hole. You don't need much at all. That'll help it spin a lot more free. it'll help it spin freely. Now I take a little bit on this right here because that helps it your casting distance. Just a little squirt on that, and then on that little piece right there, take a little squirt on that. And these parts aren't different on any bait casters. They all have these parts that I'm talking about. It's not like you have to have this type of bait caster. And it's a lot smoother. If you go back to the beginning of the video and time how long this is when I go like this, it's not as fast as it is right now. This stays a lot longer spinning. This reel was completely broken earlier. Hadn't cleaned it since beginning of the year. Right now it's January. I cleaned it in March. So what is that? Like 10 months ago is when this reel was last cleaned, and it was used all the way through the summer. Then it broke. Then I just took it apart and I put it back together. And then now I cleaned it. Now it's already in good working condition. All it needs is line. It's ready to go. So thanks for watching the video, guys. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. See ya.